Tarlac is subdivided into 17 municipalities and 1 city. They are
Who can say where the road goes, where the day flows? Only time. And who can say if your love grows as your heart shows? Only time. Who can say why your heart sighs as your love flies? Only
Tarlac's name came from derivation from a Talahib word called Mala Tarlac. Tarlac was originally a part of provinces of Pampanga and Pangasinan. It was the last central provinces to be organized under the Spanish administration in 1874.
who can say when the roads meet that love might be in your heart? And who can say when the day sleeps if the night keeps all your heart? Night keeps all your heart.
Camp O'Donnell. During the Japanese occupation of the Philippines in World War II, Camp O'Donnell was the final stop of the Bataan Death March and was used as an internment camp for Filipino and American prisoners of war. Around 20,000 Filipinos and 1,600 Americans died at Camp O'Donnell. Filipino and American soldiers were said to have been beheaded in front of open graves. It was liberated by the U.S. Army and Philippine Commonwealth Army on January 30, 1945. A civic and convention center built during the time of Governor Federico Peralta, it houses a convention hall, ballroom, trade exhibit hall, and dining facilities. It is a favorite venue for special functions such as seminar and conference. The site where about 60,000 Filipino and American prisoners of war, cramped like sardines in closed box cars, were loaded to start the second phase of the tragic Death March. There were already more than 30,000 of these defenders of democracy and freedom who perished from the inhuman treatment they were subjected to during the trip from Abuca and Marbeles, Bataan to San Fernando, Pampanga. The survivors started their tortuous journey here at Camp O'Donnell. The province is divided into 4 congressional districts which consist 27 municipalities and 5 cities. The province has the most number of cities in central Luzon. It is a landlocked province of the Philippines located in central Luzon region. Its capital is Palayan City. Nueva Ecija borders from the south clockwise Bulacan, Pampanga, Tarlac, Pangasinan, Nueva Vizcaya, and Aurora. The sprawling and varied geological features of the land we now know as Nueva Ecija includes plains, mountains, and rivers, all the requisites for the birthing and sustenance of life itself. This must have been obvious to the land's very first settlers, who found themselves nestled by 3 mountain ranges on the east, north, west, and vast southern plains. All these were sustained by a great flowing river, one whose earliest name was spoken in now lost tongue, and which was called the Rio Grande de Pampanga by the Spaniards later on. The Great Pampanga River nourished wild fruit-bearing trees, served as home in the abundance of fish, and made possible lush, teeming woodlands that sheltered animals. All this combined must have been paradise in whatever language for the land's earliest settlers, who were able to not only survive but thrive in surrounding abundance, all within easy reach. In the Philippines, as in other Catholic countries, June 24 is observed as the feast day of Saint John the Baptist. The day offers an excuse to engage in revelry such as dosing water and unruly people. In Aliaga, Nueva Ecija, in Barangay Bibiclat, hundreds of devotees of the village's patron saint, John the Baptist, transform themselves into mud people. Literally, taong putik. The locals call the ritual Pagsasanwan. Outsiders call it the Taong Putik Festival, an event, an experience that has recently caught the attention and interest of the tourism sector. A statue of General Luna astride a horse at the plaza in front of the cathedral in the exact spot where Luna was assassinated in the city which subsequently adopted him. General Emilio Aguinaldo used the Sedeco house for hiding from the American soldier. Aurora Antonia Aragon y Molina Quezon was born on February 19, 1888. He died April 28, 1849. Usually known simply as Aurora Quezon and sometimes as Aurora Aragon Quezon, was the wife of Philippine President Manuel Luis Quezon and the First Lady of the Philippines from 1935 to 1944. Though she is recognized as the second First Lady of the Philippines, she was actually the first spouse of Philippine President to be called as such, the honorific being unknown during the presidency of Emilio Aguinaldo, and does not apply at the time to his wife Hilaria. Much beloved by Filipinos, Quezon was known for involvement with the humanitarian activities and served as the first chairperson of the Philippine National Red Cross. Pampanga is subdivided into 19 municipalities and 3 cities, 1 highly urbanized, and 2 component cities. Lalawigan ng Pampanga. The name La Pampanga was given by the Spaniards who found the early natives living near the river banks. It also served as capital of the archipelago for 2 years from 1762 to 764, during the British invasion of Manila. The word Pampang, from which the province name originates, means river bank. Its creation in 1571 makes the first Spanish province in the Philippines. The province of Pampanga is the culinary capital of the Philippines. Pampanga was the first province and the richest spoil created by the Spaniards in 1571. It was named after the Indong Kapampangan River, the largest river in the former empire. Ancient Pampanga's territory are used to include portion of provinces of Bataan, Bulacan, Nueva Ecija, Pangasinan, Tarlac, and Zambales, in the big island of Luzon in the Philippine archipelago. Bulacan is a first-class province of the Republic of the Philippines located in Central Luzon region. In the island of Luzon, 50 km north of Manila, and part of the Metro Luzon Urban Beltway superregion, Bulacan was established August 15, 1578. Bulacan is bounded by Nueva Ecija on the north, Aurora on the northeast, Quezon Province on the east, Rizal on the southeast, Metro Manila on the south, and Pampanga on the west. During the time of Adelantado Miguel Legazpi in 1571, Bulacan was reported to be well populated. At first, there were 6 encomiendas under the rule of the alcalde mayor in Bulacan. These encomiendas are Kalumpit, Bulacan, Malolos, Maykawayan, Ginto, Plaridel was the present day, Giginto, and Kaluya. Balagtas was the present day. The encomiendas were later organized in pueblos or towns. Philippine Arena, upon its completion, will be the largest indoor arena in the world. It is being constructed in Ciudad de Victoria, Bukawi, and Santa Maria, in the province of Bulacan, Philippines. It is a project of the Iglesia de Cristo as part of 100th year of establishment in the Philippines on July 27, 2014. The arena is expected to have a seating capacity of 55,000. Groundbreaking ceremony was held on August 17, 2011.